Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to talk about the PlayStation 5. And if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I love using props in my videos, so it's a great time to show you this. I love this colour of controller. The DualSense is a fantastic controller, like seriously. From the evolution of PlayStation, we had PS1, then we had DualShock, and DualShock 2, DualShock 3. We nearly had that boomerang controller of the PS3. But then they changed it a little bit with the DualShock 4, and that was really good. But seriously, the DualSense is a fantastic controller. And I think it's been a great generation in terms of hardware. Realistically, any excuse to bring out a nice prop. I decided to use the original PS5 I got for this video because this one, it feels kind of special to me in many different ways. I've enjoyed this generation, even with the Xbox and the Switch. I think it's been great. But the PS5 is done. There's no doubt about it. We are pretty much halfway through 2025. Another couple of months, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series will be 5 years old. If you look back at generations that are long gone, the old PlayStation 2, those generations lasted 5 to 7 years. It's only since around the Xbox 360 that we have been going sort of 7 years-ish. In fact, even the PS4 is still going as a generation. And it wouldn't surprise me if we get to 15 years and PS4 games are still coming out and the PS6 is out. But that's just it. The PlayStation 6. The beginning of the end for the PlayStation 5 console was when the PS5 Pro came out. There, I said it. The PS5 Pro is not what's killed PS5, but it signals the end of the PlayStation 5 generation. We've had games like this on PS5. Seriously, what an amazing game. And so many people have complained that this generation has been so lackluster in terms of games and whatever else, and it's been terrible. It's just been remake after remake, and it has. But you know what? That Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy, it's just fantastic. I've no doubt in my mind that the third one in that will be fantastic. And obviously I think that will come to PS6. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's going to be a PS6 launch title. But then, we've had other great games. This may not be for you specifically, but this was fantastic. And this, oh yeah, I know it came out on other consoles as well, but seriously, the PS5, what a fantastic console. And it's sad that it is coming to an end. We've been through this before. 5 years into a console generation, and we haven't really heard of the PlayStation 6 yet. But like I said, the PlayStation 5 Pro marks the end of that. So when are we going to hear about the PS6 exactly? Well, it's a long way off, is it? No, actually, no. I genuinely think we're going to hear about the PlayStation 6 next year. Yes, seriously, next year. So you can already kiss goodbye to your PlayStation 5. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that is going to be dropped like a red-headed stepchild. Yep, true. I think Sony see that as somewhat of a failure. And I think Microsoft see the Xbox Series X as some kind of failure as well. Because of the time that we live in. Yeah, we've had great games, no doubt about that. Awesome controller for the PlayStation 5, no doubt about that. But because of the economy and because of the world, I think Sony and Microsoft are going to be very quick to move on from these consoles, which is why I truly believe that PS5 is probably going to be the weakest generation of consoles or the weakest generation of PlayStations ever. That's just the way I think it's going to be. Because if you look at the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, eventually with the PS3, it got there. It topped the Xbox 360, but genuinely, it's like some of the best-selling consoles. You look at the PS2, it is the best-selling home console at the moment. It may be outdone by Switch eventually. I really don't know, but I'm not arguing the toss with that one because I don't really care. But the PS1, just look how well that sold. I know the PlayStation 5 has sold incredibly well, but really, is it ever going to top the PS2? Is it ever going to top the PS4? It probably might top the PS3, but will it really top the PS1? Genuinely, no, I don't think so. And that is why I think the PS5 is done. It's over. That's it. We need to start thinking about the future. The PS5 Pro, although it was a good console, I don't think it sold as well as Sony was expecting, maybe because of the price, for example. Oh, it's a good console, don't get me wrong. I love it. It's downstairs at the moment. I've not managed to bring it up. I use this one realistically because it was the closest console to my desk. And also, I love that massive, ugly thing. It's fantastic. But yeah, PS6, I think, is round the corner. It's going to come out soon. Whether that'll sell as well as any of the PlayStations, I don't know. But really, for Sony, you look at the PS2, PS4. Does that mean the PS6 is going to sell incredibly well? Who knows? It's hard to tell. It genuinely is hard to tell. But for all intents and purposes, something like going back to Final Fantasy and Resident Evil 9, I think, as well. You look at these games, I've no doubt in my mind that Sony is going to hand over some PS6 development kits to developers this year. And we're going to hear about the PS6 next year. And we could likely see the PS6 in about 18 months' time. Does that seem sensible? I think it's sensible, but then again, I have been known to be wrong on many things. But I've also been known to be right about many things too. A good example is a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft put up the price of the Xbox Series X, and a couple of months before that, I said that the Xbox Series X is going to be the last Xbox home console. I got a lot of hate for it, a lot of backlash, but you know what? I reckon I'm still right, and Microsoft is proving me more and more right every day. That's why I truly believe that the PlayStation 6 is coming in 2026. And if you look at it, that is a 6-year gap between the launch of the PS5 and the launch of the PS6. So can this beefy little monster really outlast any of the PlayStations? No. It's a great console, but it is done. We need to prepare for PlayStation 6. PS5 is dead. Long live PS6, coming in 2026. And if I'm wrong, come back to this video on December 31st, 2026 and say, Jimmy, you're wrong. What were you talking about? You were completely wrong. But if it is out before December 31st, 2026, you're not going to come back here and tell me I was right. People don't do that, do they? They don't come and say, oh, you were right all along about this, that, whatever. No, people don't do that. But it's fine. I'll accept the glory one way or the other. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Are we done with the PlayStation 5? Does it have much life left in it? I really don't think so. We might get one or two heavy hitters coming, but I reckon that's it. But let me know in the comments what you think. There'll be some videos somewhere on the screen now and a little subscribe thing there if you fancy clicking that. So, like, comment, subscribe. It really, really helped me out. That'd be pretty awesome if you managed to get this far in the video. And hopefully I will see you in the next one.